Welcome to the Mike Litton Experience Podcast. Mike has over 31 years experience in real estate, finance, and investing. He's passionate about being a father, a teacher, a realtor, an investor, and a leader. Everyone has a story, and our passion is to help them tell it. And now, introducing the host of the Mike Litton Experience, Mike Litton.
So what is My Time? My Time is a set of experiences that have happened over my lifetime that I hope will be of value to you. This is another episode of the Mike Litton Podcast. This is My Time. So I worked with a couple for 3 years to help them qualify to buy a house. I was in a new home sales office in Scripps Ranch Villages area of San Diego. And these two music teachers from Chula Vista Unified School District walked in. And they were brand new. They had just started with the school district. And what they showed in terms of income from their professional teaching career, just wasn't enough, wasn't even close to being able to help them qualify. So I asked them, I said, do you guys earn income any other way? They said, yeah, we have piano lessons that we teach. It's $45 an hour. That's great. We need to start claiming that on your tax returns the next 2 years. And then we'll use those tax returns to help you qualify to buy a place. So that's what we did. We worked for the next 3 years. They filed the next 2 years tax returns. We were able to get them approved. They went out, picked their brand new house. Their brand new house was built about 6 months later. The day that they moved in and did their final walkthrough and received their keys, I happened to be driving by. They're waving me down. They're running behind my car, waving me down. Mike, you got to see our house. You got to see our house. We worked on this for 3 years. You got to see our house. So I stopped and I walked through and I listened, and they cried and I did too. And it was a really emotional thing. And they had their first house, right? So I ended up finishing up what I was doing, the errands I was running, and I ended up going and meeting my wife that night at a very, very nice restaurant. And we're sitting there looking at a view of the Pacific Ocean. It's like 9 o'clock at night. And they're making bananas Foster, which is one of my favorite dishes, favorite desserts. And there's flames going up in like 4 feet above the thing. It's crazy. And I'm literally sitting there watching the show, and my pager goes off. And I looked at my wife, and my wife said, look, you got to go answer the page, because if you don't, you won't be here with me, present with me. So I excused myself, went down the hall, called my pager, picked up the voicemail, and it was the wife of this couple. And she said, Mike, I know it's 9 o'clock at night on a Friday night. I know this is not your department. I know you're not responsible for this, but we're hoping you can help us. We locked our keys in our new house. You cannot make this up. They locked their keys in their brand new house that they spent 3 years trying to buy. So I got a hold of the construction superintendent. I just happened to have helped him a couple of weeks prior, and he said, look, I don't care what it is you need or when you need it. You just call me and I'll take care of it. So I called him and I said, look, remember that offer you made? They locked their keys, and he remembered them, of course. They were cute as all get out. And so he went down at 9:30 at night and let them into their house with his master key, because they hadn't redone the locks yet. And so they were able to have their carpet picnic there. They were able to, they had forgotten their toothbrushes, by the way. That's why we went back to their apartment. They're so cute. They're adorable. So they come back and they were able to have their carpet picnic, and then they spent the night on the floor of their brand new house, their brand new carpet. And then they moved everything out of their apartment the next day into their new house. Those people will not refer to me as by my given name. They call me their guardian angel. Here's the deal. Those two music teachers are worth a whole lot more now, and we're talking they are now millionaires from the real estate that they've purchased over the last 30 years. So this is another reason for people, especially for millennials, to consider that the American dream really is home ownership, or can be home ownership for them. So here's one statistic that I'll share with you. We're going to talk about this in another episode, but here's one statistic I'll share with you. Homeowners, according to the National Association of Realtors, homeowners have an average net worth of just over $200,000. Tenants have an average net worth of just under $4,000. That's a delta of a little over $200,000. That's a lot. And that's life-changing wealth that you're paying a mortgage, you're paying rent. You're either paying your mortgage or you're paying somebody else's, your landlord's. Which would you rather pay? That's a reason why the American dream needs to be home ownership again. and we're writing our book that we're starting to write in January of 2024, that book on home ownership is literally going to make the case for why home ownership needs to be the American dream again. Owning your own business is too. There are a lot of things that people aspire to in America, but owning your own home needs to be one of them. I hope you enjoyed this. This is another episode of the Mike Litton Experience, and this was Mike Time. Have a great day. We hope you enjoyed another episode of the Mike Litton Experience. If you did, do us a favor, smash that subscribe button, tell your friends, family, and coworkers about our program, and wherever you get your podcasts, please leave us a rating. It helps us to connect with quality people just like you.
And that's a wrap. Another episode of the Mike Litton Experience in the books. Reach out to Mike on Instagram at Litton Realty. Want to meet with Mike? Check out Calendly.com/Rio760.